And we back. So let's continue with MTG Duels. I'm still going to talk a couple of minutes, maybe one or so, because again I think Quest is going to be rebooted in about maybe, I don't know, minute or so, we still kind of need to wait a bit. And while we're waiting, just go through a couple of changes in Twitch, make sure that everything works. Yeah, at least today our communities are actually updating, because yesterday there was a problem with updating communities. So yeah, let's just close everything that we don't need. I don't think that we're going to go back today into a studying things, so because of that we could easily close them. Again, this Friday we will continue with Magic, with MTG Study, with Unset Study, but today, or for now, it's time to actually go into a Magic Duels. So let's just launch it and basically launch it. So launching, new quests should appear. Again, we need to go through only 2 quests, because throughout the week, probably actually yesterday or something like that, I played Magic and actually emptied out almost all queues, quest queues. Yeah, and because of that, we're not going to play probably that long. Again, our tops. So we need to cast a blue or black spells in match versus battles, or we need to win 2 games in which we cast black or red spells. So I guess we're going to play with black decks, and we already got this one. In 23 hours we will get 60 additional things. So new quest is this one was in here previously. So let's just go, choose a black deck and actually go and play. But before that, we will open a couple of boosters. Again, Origin is done, Zendikar is actually already open, so each card from here is open. The rest 7 boosters that we left are just different copies of these cards, so that we don't need to usually. Again, in order to acquire all possible allies, ideally we need to continue to buy from Gatewatch and from Innistrad. What's the review? Oh, actually from here. Let's just buy 2 boosters right away. Nope. 1 from here. What have we got over here? Oh, snappish. We got pretty cool mythic. So, okay, we already have this one. Just Kozilek's Shrinker. +3 and gains trample until end of the turn. Pretty cool. Scry 1, add 1 mana to your mana pool. Enters the battlefield, return up to 2 target creatures cards from your graveyard to your hand. It's actually pretty cool, but it's not cheap at the same time. I think we already have this elemental, so basically you may put a 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature or target land you control. If you do, it becomes 0/0 elemental creature with haste. That's still a land with +1/+1 counters. Okay, so basically the void deals 2 damage to each creature, which is actually pretty interesting. Whenever you cast Eldrazi creature spell with command mark cost 6 or 7 or greater, you may exile Kozilek from your graveyard. If you do, deals 5 damage to each creature. Okay, so basically the cool thing about this creature, we could play it twice. So first by dealing 2 damage, and the second time if we're going to cast 7 or greater Eldrazi, which is actually pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool. Okay, let's just go with this one. Since we're going to play with the black deck, maybe we will open something that we could add, you know, inside of our black deck. Some vampires, or Okay, we got a vampire, but not the one that we could add in our deck. So 2/1 Skulk, 2/4 with Investigate, enchantment, power up +3/+3 as long as an attached to creature is a human. Okay, it's just trample. We already have this one. Just basically works with werewolves and flesh. And can't block. Target vampire gets haste until end of the turn. Okay, oh, this is actually pretty cool. It will give us 2 mana, or either this one or this one, and with Delirium has Death Touch as long as there are 4 or more creature types or card types among cards in your graveyard, which is actually pretty cool. So let's just go into playing versus battle, and we're going to play as a black deck. Yeah, let's just choose a Life Creeper, although it's pretty hard to win with Life Creeper. But it's probably one of the strongest black decks that I have. Again, vampires are pretty inconsistent. So let's just go with a vampire, or no, maybe the opposite is true. No, this one a little bit more diverse. Let's go with Life Creeper. Again, just because it has a lot of creatures with lifelink, it just basically will allow us to reproduce, or I don't know, regain life that we lost. And it's always for me a better way to play. When we will be able to get back what we lost, it's always a good thing. So wait a sec, I need to check one thing. Okay, cool. Okay, pretty risky hand to take, but since opponent actually redrew the hand, we have a little bit card advantage. Oh no. The only problem is going to be if we will get mana flooded, so hopefully we're not going to, like, there's already mana flood in here actually, but hopefully we're not going to get lands, and instead of lands we're actually going to get creatures. It also depends if I'm going to lose these guys or not, because if I'm going to lose them, then of course I'm probably going to lose, because the only thing that we're going to get is mana, and I'm not going to have any creatures, so basically, yeah, we'll run out of cards, card advantage, and pretty slowly die, or pretty quickly, I don't know, it all depends, it will depend on the aggressiveness of the opponent. Mad Puppeteer. Oh snap, this is not good. We're getting freaking lands. I think I will attack. I don't think that opponent will actually block, because this creature kind of has some value in the future, but who knows. Because I remember I actually built a elf deck, and I remember this elf was a pretty important part of my deck. It allowed me to, even if I'm going to lose elves, it allowed me to exile those elves with small cost, not a small cost, but pretty relative cost, and actually make this one bigger. And this is actually a pretty good attacker. So is a blocker. Oh, by the way, I got in rank a little bit higher while I played outside of the streams. I actually won almost every match. This is actually a weird thing. When I'm playing and not talking and just focusing on playing, I'm usually making better decisions and kind of playing Magic just smarter. And of course, when I'm like streaming, it's usually not the case. I'm constantly making mistakes. I'm talking, I'm not thinking. I don't know. Maybe it kind of, because usually I'm playing during the day if I have time, and when I'm streaming I'm playing closer to at night before heading to sleep, and maybe just the time is a little bit wrong. So yeah, player thought a lot, come up with the awesomest idea to put a, I don't know, by the way, like, I definitely need to learn more terminology. The only reason why I'm not familiar with all Magic terminology and overall cardboard games terminology or CCG terminology is because I just don't have time to spend on this one. So like, I barely finding the time to study Magic in terms of like cards and mechanics, and I definitely like don't have enough. Okay, let's attack with this one too. Time to go into the sites, like, or watch tournaments in order to learn what they're talking about, what the terminologies are, and etc. And I guess one of the quickest way to learn terminologies is to see how other players are playing. You could find an article that kind of explains a Magic terminologies, and I find one, but it's rather big one, and usually I don't have time to read it because I basically usually don't have that much time to read at all. Maybe I just I didn't train myself to read things. I'm not that much of a reader, which is a shame because reading is awesome. Let's just go passively. So with this enchantment in play, it actually will allow us to attack and gain life passively, which is awesome. So the fact that we have a lot of lands and the fact that we have mana flood, actually a good thing at this point, as long as we have this artifact or enchantment, whatever. What is protocol? Who knew that this thing will happen? Me knew. Me knew? What? No. What I am to be. Okay, I think opponent is not going to attack. Although at the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast this turn, transform this one. I think there's definitely a... This is definitely a bluff. Something big in here, and since I kind of don't want to lose this guy, instead I'm not just going to block, because again, I could risk it. It could be a bluff. Opponent could have nothing in there, but I'm not going to take this one because it's... Oh, come on! Okay, this is not good. So we lost the only source of pressure. Also, we need to remember that opponent has 2 lands instead of 1. Oh, this is actually good. This is actually good. So let's just play this one. I think we'll sacrifice it. And now opponents need to sacrifice something. It's definitely going to be 2-1. This one, I guess, without questions. Come on, make a choice. Yep, that was easy. And I guess let's just attack with all of them. So this one, if it's going to deal damage to, I will deal 3. Opponent still could utilize some type of a buffer, but again, utilize buff on 2-1 and utilize buff on 3-4. Let's just see what's there. If opponent has some type of a buff, he or she will utilize it now, because again, opponent could block with this one and then pay 2 in order to buff it. Apparently there's no buff, that means that it was a bluff. Or maybe a buff that opponent has, pretty big one. Pretty big one, cost-wise. So I think opponent should stop attacking and actually stay in defense. But again, I guess there's not that much opponent could do in defense because again, yeah, it's better attack. But again, if opponent will stay in defense, he's just going to lose both of these creatures pretty quickly because I have a Death Touch and Flyer. So at least one of those should be probably stay in defense. But I don't know. I don't know what I would do at in this situation. I guess it all depends what I would have in my head. What hand? what would I have in my hand? So right now I'm not feeling like I'm not feeling the upper hand, unfortunately, although I have better situation on the battlefield, but the things that I have in my hand, they're bad. Okay, this one getting transformed. Okay, good. So now we will force a opponent to sacrifice another creature. It's definitely going to be 2-1. That means that opponent's not going to be able to produce things with more mana. And now we're going to deal 4 damage with this one, which is pretty cool. And we also will gain additional life. And although we're going to lose 5 next one, it's not going to be super important. Because again, we have enough life to spare. $46. So yeah, while I'm streaming Magic Duels, I guess I could talk about the new purchase that I did. Basically today I purchased a capture card, not only for streaming but actually for recording. Oh snap, okay, we lost our guy. Not good. So now things could change. It all depends now what I'm going to get out of the library, and of course opponent has the upper hand. So yeah. To destroy me, opponent needs only 3 turns, and but again, if he's going to constantly transform, it's not going to be the case. Oh good. The good thing that we got this one, because it will allow us to stay in block and block this big guy and attack with this one. This thing basically will prevent opponent from attacking, because if this is the only creature that opponent has, it's not worth risking. So yeah, and the whole reason behind buying a capture card was, for the most part, first of course I bought the cheapest one because this is usually the things that I'm doing. So I have pretty weak computer for streaming games, although all games that I have, even the ones that are pretty resource draining, are working fine. But when I record them or when I stream them, they're not working properly. The reason behind this is usually because, like, when I'm playing these games, usually my video card, so processor is actually going, like, not stressing about games that I'm going to stream, because again, almost all games are pretty weak in their system requirements, so they're not that demanding on the system requirements, and my Core i5 is more than enough for that. 8 gigabytes of RAM is more than enough too. Of course, ideally it could be a good thing to have a 16 or 32, but the only where these type of requirements are going to pay to be working is if I'm going to go through a high demanding rendering in okay, we don't need to block this one now. So yep, opponent will discard a card. Hopefully it's going to be something good. Oh, nah. Okay, I think we need to stop attacking. No, we don't. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need to continue to attack. I will get more out of attacking than out of blocking, so I'm pretty close to destroying opponent. Like 3 turns left, and if opponent is going to attack me, I will destroy opponent if I will get a land, and I will put +1 counter on this one. Oh, come on! Too many destroyers. So yeah, I guess now I finished. I don't think that I will be able to counter something that opponent will give. 43 cards, 3 lives, no creatures. Again, we got mana flooded. And if I'm going to get lands in future couple of turns, I'm done. I either need a big creature or a creature or some type of a destroyer. But again, most of my destroyers are kind of similar to this one. I need sacrifice creature in order to utilize it, and I don't have rolls. Oh, come on. This is bad. So the good thing is that it's still even lands will help us to actually destroy opponent. Hopefully, oh no, this one will transform. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, come on. So now it all comes down to magic. I'm going to have 1 life. Opponent is going to have 1 life probably next turn too. I don't have anything but haste. Oh yeah, that was a close one. That was a close one. I was so freaking close to winning. Yep. One, 2, and I don't have anything to defend myself from. Yeah, I think things could be better if somewhere between drawing instead of these lands, I would draw something different, like a creature to defend myself. I could probably win, but that was pretty close. And usually these type of games are awesome. Again, you're losing, but you're not feeling like you're losing. You actually get pretty interesting experience, and you kind of have had fun, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, so the main reason behind like buying a capture card was the fact that my PC is basically not able to handle streaming, or not only streaming but recordings too. So on its own, it works perfectly. Like games are running smoothly without lags. Everything works fine. But once I will record things, it kind of overloads video card, and because of it overloads video card, which is not gaming video card. Again, I have a professional video card, or how they call, I forget how they actually call these type of cards, low latency video card, whatever. So basically, this card is specifically designed for. We'll continue with Life Creeper. This video card is specifically designed for 3D softwares, for programs that deal with mathematical solutions, etc. So, and it works perfectly in there. So for instance, ZBrush runs smoothly, Krita doesn't lag, and almost all programs like this works perfectly, and it's freaking awesome. Rendering is relatively fast when it comes down to video rendering, and all things are kind of working super cool. But when it comes down to games, especially when I'm recording those or streaming, it doesn't matter. It kind of does the same thing. Okay, this is actually kind of a good hand. So right here we could go, we could get the opposite. So we have pretty good creatures to attack with. Good thing that we're playing against a different player. So we have a quick destroyer, so that will help us to prevent opponent from quick attacks in case we're playing against aggressive deck. We have things that will allow us to draw additional cards, which is cool too. Now we got third land, which was one of the crucial things that we would need. So now we have one. So cool. So next turn I probably will play this guy, and each turn we will be able to attack and gain additional life. Or we need to destroy this one, so we actually need to think about that. Oh yeah. Yeah, we definitely need to destroy this one, because again, no thanks. It could be a premature action when it comes down to, like, we don't know what opponent has there, but I consider this one as pretty big threat because transforming him is pretty easy. It actually will allow opponent to look at 3 cards and basically reveal them and put them, so basically it's pretty good Miller. So, and the second thing, once it's transformed, creatures, spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, so come on. This is definitely a card to go without questions. I'm not going to regret this decision. Okay. So sacrifice creature cards from the top of your library until end. So yeah. So again, I bought the cheapest one that I could find. So it will give me the things that I want. So the main thing that I want from it is, first, to make recordings without lags. So basically exactly at the so make my video card free from taking part in rendering and whatever. Although the problem is I still don't know how I'm going to do that, because if I'm going to use OBS with all these web cameras and with interface elements, with AleksConnect signs and with MTG Study sign and with camera, so if I'm going to use those, I can't use these things only in here in OBS. And the thing is, no matter what I'm going to do, in order to run OBS, it still uses a video card percentage. Not a lot, but still it uses it. And the fact that it's going to use it, it will bring down the thing. So basically, okay, so let's play this one. Let's play this one. Draw 2 cards. I wouldn't want to sacrifice these guys, so one of those will be able to block 3/3 and one of those will attack. So yeah, the idea behind the capture card, it will allow me to basically set free my video card from participating in recording and streaming, and instead of that use it only in the direct way. So, and I already tested it and it works perfectly, so it doesn't lag and anything else. But the problem is, if I'm going to do that, I'm not going to be able to... Okay, this is not good. We're not going to be able to block this one. So the problem is, it works only if I'm using a internal software. Internal software will allow me, other media software will allow me to stream, and it will allow me to record and do both. But what it doesn't allow me, because it's pretty old version of the software, it doesn't allow me to put some overlays and add web cameras and etc. And of course, since this is one of the important things for streaming, I don't know how I'm going to do that. So throughout this week I will try to make things right. I will kind of solve the problems that I'm having with it now, but for the most part, maybe I will need to, I don't know. So the first thing that I will do, I will try to integrate it in OBS. Hopefully it will work. Okay, let's attack with both of those guys. Although I think opponent will definitely put something with flying ability on this guy. But again, I still have 1/4, although it can block flyers. So yeah, basically the cool thing is about capture card, it will definitely allow me to produce a much higher quality recordings and without lags and oh snap, what the heck is doing? Losing the game. Excel target creature and opponent controls until this one leaves battlefield. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. So I guess we need to sacrifice it and draw 2 cards and hope for something better. Okay. So yeah, the 2 games that are super demanding on graphics for now that I have is Warhammer Dawn of War 3. I basically couldn't even record it. It basically laggy, and now I tried it in a capture card and it works perfectly without any lags, which is freaking awesome. So of course I'm not going to stream Warhammer, but at least like if I will want to make recordings for YouTube specials, for instance, it definitely now is possible, which is pretty cool. Another thing that kind of cool is the fact that each game that I have for Brain Games Day and Storytelling Games Day, especially for Brain Games Day, there's a lot of games that are pretty high demanding in terms of the resources of the video card, and I tried it today with a capture card only and it records perfectly. So before that I needed to drop resolution to basically 1600 to 90 900, something like that. Okay, so snap, I don't know what to do. I'm in big trouble. Let's go play flank. Okay, we definitely need to destroy this guy. Opponent will sacrifice it. No? Why? Sacrifice creature, reveal card. I guess opponent just wasn't able to react fast enough. It's a pretty weird game. Yeah. So yeah, the cool and the second high demanding game was, and still is Fractured Space, which I love. It's a pretty freaking awesome game. Oh come on, gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I'm going to lose this one. Opponent has a lot of lands. So each my combat phase, I will be able to attack with all of them and opponents is not going to be able to block me. I will gain 3 lives and each turn I'm going to lose 5 lives, so at least 2 lives more opponent will deal me. Opponent has 23 health, I have 12, so of course I'm not going to be able to do much. The cool thing could be if I will be able to discard cards and produce instead of them a 1/1 Black Vampires in order to block 5/5. So for instance now I could skip it, then each turn attack with these guys and gain health, and gain health from each blocker. So let's see. No, this is actually better. It has Skulk, it has that touch, and it's definitely an awesome choice to play. So yeah, that way we will deal 3 damage and we will restore 3 health overall, which is a cool thing to have. So yeah, it definitely will take me time to kind of set up a how do you properly call it? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What are the odds that you will get 7-6 with Trample and Hexproof on this stage of the game? Please tell me. Yeah, you better not. So discarding all lands that I will get and producing instead of them guys with lifelink. And of course right now unfortunately I'm not going to be able to attack because I need to be able to destroy these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to be able to destroy this guy. I kinda need to attack, but kinda pointless. So the fact that this guy has trample, I could block this one with guy with lifelink, I could block this one with this one. So yeah, I actually need to attack with flyers at least. No, let's just attack with all of them. Risky thing to do, but I will. These 2 guys are pretty good blockers. Let's hope that opponent's not going to get anything that could destroy my guys. I have decent blockers. So yeah, definitely will take me time to kind of set up a capture card in order for it to work properly. But the fact that it's definitely already works the way that I want it to work, it's cool, at least for recordings. It's going to be pretty hard to adapt it to streaming because again, for instance, I could record it separately. Oh snap, it's unblockable. Oh snap, now opponent got a freaking land unblockable. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. No matter what I'm going to get out of it. The only way how I actually will survive this one. Yep, 9 lives. Maybe slowly but surely I will be able to survive. I don't know, magically. Although of course I don't think so, but who knows? So yeah, and the other purchase is so this is not an Xbox thing, but the cool thing is it will still allow me to play, which is freaking awesome. So for instance right now I'm playing with a Xbox 360 thing, which is pretty cool. So attack with this one, attack with this one, and attack with this one. Again, this is the only way for me to make sure that I'm going to get a lot of lives. And deal more to the opponent. Where is the thing? So yeah, now I have a not compatible with all games gamepad, which is awesome because again this is the cheapest one. This is a Logitech version of an Xbox 360 gamepad without any force feedback, so basically it's just a regular one. Oh no, oh this is bad, oh this is not good. Ideally I need to attack with all of them, but it's pointless because this one will get just more lives than it needs to be. So right now it all depends on getting life. The more lives I will get, the better. Oh snap, now I can't attack with these guys, or at least one of those will be destroyed. First strike. Not cool. I still will get 3 lives, but it's getting harder. It's getting harder. It's all about the time. Search your library for an aura card. Oh, come on, we both know what's going to be found right now. Yep, exactly that. Angelic Destiny. Johannes Voss with Vanessa, I don't know, forget. Let's just see. With Janice Shimmer. And we're done. You gotta be kidding me. Ugh. This is a shame. This is a shame. So the only thing that I could do is to do that. Yep. Hopefully I will get something that will allow me to destroy 10, 11. Yes! Yes! Okay, but I still am going to be able to do that, like, to win. Come on, idiotic thing. Choose lands to tap. Control. Okay. Oh no, it has hexproof. Snappish. It doesn't matter. Okay, no, we'll destroy this one. Sacrifice this one. We will make this thing unblockable. And we will attack with all life linkers and with this one too. This is the only way how I could get like 6, 7 lives. That way I have blocker 4, 5, 5. 1 damage is not going to be a big one. So I will accept 12 damage, but I'm going to have more than 12. Oh. This is probably not a wise choice to sacrifice this guy. I don't know. Yep, we got 15, so I'm still surviving. Maybe I will even survive. I need something that will allow... Yeah, I need sacrificial guys, so hopefully it will come sometime. Next time is the time. So the only problem that I have about Xbox 360 gamepads, like, this is the first time that I actually have one, or at least pretty close to a real one. So the buttons, I don't get them. So throughout my life I had only PlayStation gamepads, and for me it's pretty weird to have this, like, the X on a different position than on a PlayStation gamepad. So I don't know how people actually switch in between those two. It's pretty weird. And I guess I will definitely need to, I will need a little bit of a time to adjust to it. Yeah, it's actually pointless. I definitely going to lose, but either way I will do my best to. Oh no, that was a mistake to attack with 1-1. Out of desperation. 5 lives opponent, and of course 11. I don't have anything to block. Again, that was pretty close game again, but opponent just got lucky more than I. So I guess I have two regular cards. I don't have that many like game-changing cards, just the basic cards, not special ones. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. So now we both will sacrifice artifacts, probably lands, creatures. Okay, that was an interesting thing. Snap. Opponent has a lot of cards in hand. Pretty cool deck. Pretty cool deck. Not predictable deck. So, I mean, there's a lot of things in here that... But mostly it's based on hexproof, so a lot of creatures with hexproof and a couple of enchantments. So, only things that are needed. So, not necessarily a theme deck. It has kind of a theme, but I would say that this is the theme. It's still pretty cool. Hopefully we actually finished the quest, because I think we played a lot of black spells. Yeah, we got dropped from 7. And now, till the end of the session, since it's super not cool to play versus battles and lose a rank, we will continue to, we will try to win 2 games by casting black spells into playing against AI. But before, let's just open a booster. So we opened from this one, it's time for Melvishman. Hello there, so top target non-human creature, put 1/1 white spirits and gain life. Exile 2 target creatures you control, then return those creatures into the battlefield under your... Oh, this is actually pretty cool. Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. Escalate 2, choose one of those or more, gain 4 life on top up to the target creatures, and target opponent sacrifice an attacking creature. Oh snap, this is actually an awesome card. An additional cost to this thing. Yeah, we already have this one. We opened one of those not that long ago. Put that card into the battlefield, shuffle and sale. Okay. A card searcher. Creature card searcher. So let's just go through a solo battle, because it's going to be a little bit easier. Even if we're going to lose in here, at least we're not going to drop in rank, because yeah. So yeah, again, continuing with the Xbox 360 game pods, they are pretty weird. Like, it's definitely going to, I'm going to definitely spend a lot of time adjusting to it. So for instance, right now, let's just play with it, magic, and let's just slowly adjust. The problem is with the placement of the X, but at least now I'm not going to confuse them, because before that I had PS1 gamepad, which basically didn't work in most of the games. We could actually keep it. So keep hand A. So play card A. I don't know. I get used to the basically cross, triangle, cube, or not cube, but rectangle and basically circle of PS, PlayStation, but Xbox uses X, Y, A, and B, and it kind of throws me a little bit. Okay, we need to discard a card. Let's think. Dice, discard a card. Definitely will need that one, and this one too. Okay. All of them are super important, and we also need the third land. Ideally, I would discard land because we definitely need destroyer. We definitely need to combine this one with a destroyer. So having destroyer without this one could be a pretty pointless thing to do. Scout with lifelink, pretty good blocker, and at the same time lifelinker. This one will allow us to destroy another creature, and this will allow us to gain life and provide us with a good block. So I'm having troubles with choosing. So ideally, since all of these cards could potentially give us a lot of things, I could discard a land. But the thing is, I have only two. This is the third one. If I'm not going to get any lands any sooner, this is a big risk to take. So instead, we need to choose this one. So this is the only card that I actually could discard without losing that much. Good, good, good. So I guess we could destroy this guy with 2/2, but not now, next turn. Right now, let's play this one. You gotta be kidding me. So this is pause, this is continue, this is pause, this is actually playing on gamepad is pretty cool. I actually played Magic on gamepad before. Aside of the fact that sometimes I could press a wrong button, it's super cool. It's actually rather convenient. The only thing that I don't remember how to do is to zoom out the cards. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Then you could go through them like that. Pretty cool. Yeah. Since we have two creatures there, let's just use this one. So, okay, we definitely need to play one of these guys now. Oh, come on. Of course, opponent will sacrifice 2/2, and I will probably sacrifice this guy with that touch, because again, it's kind of irrelevant now. It's not going to give us anything, because it works only if I'm dealing combat damage, and now it can't do that, so. So yeah, the cool thing is about this gamepad, now I will be able to play almost all games that I want with the gamepad, which is super cool, because again, playing with the gamepad is a little bit more relaxing. So for instance, with the mouse, you still kind of feel a little bit tense. Okay, we definitely need to play this guy. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So now we're not going to have any creatures. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Neither the opponent. And now the only thing, so we kind of left only with destroyers and with discarders, which is pretty cool. Good thing that I actually didn't discard the only land that I had. It would be a big mistake, because we're having troubles with lands. We have troubles with lands. So the cool thing about this gamepad is the fact that it's working. Okay, how to choose blocker? Okay, and confirm. Confirm. Opponent will discard card, which is a good thing. Yep. Oh, this is good. Oh no, flyer. Okay, good thing that this flyer has 3 power. That means that we could destroy it right away, which we'll do right now. We need to freaking win, and I still didn't win. So this is kind of the end of the session and we still didn't win. It's kind of frustrating. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, now we need to destroy this guy, and the only way to do that is to sacrifice a creature, and we don't have those, unfortunately. Oh no, we actually have one, so good. So choose a creature to destroy and choose a creature to sacrifice. An opponent will discard a card. Wait a minute, what it does when it's discarded a card, -1 counter on each creature your opponent controls. It doesn't matter, no creatures. The cool thing is, if opponent is not going to have any creatures any soon, if we're going to play 5/5 guy, it's going to be indestructible, which is pretty cool, I would say. Okay. Oh, cartouche. Flyer. What it does, I forget. Enters the battlefield, draw a card. Just a card drawer. Okay, this is not the best situation. So, okay, we have a 5/5 guy, which is a good thing. So, at least it will provide us with some type of a attack tactics. I don't know. 2, 3. Unfortunately, we don't have any creatures to sacrifice in order to draw 2 additional cards. Just kind of a bummer. Okay, this is an interesting choice. Opponent probably has some creatures there. Oh, snap, Liliana. I have Liliana too, but the problem is, in order to utilize her, we need to sacrifice one of the creatures. And the only creature that I have is 5/5, which I wouldn't sacrifice. Okay, I don't have a choice at this point. I need to play Liliana, because at least she will provide us with blockers. And of course we will attack Liliana. Hopefully the opponent will block with 2/2. Not hopefully, but definitely. It's kind of no-brainer. Okay, let's just see what she does. So +1, she constantly will create a zombie creature token and put 2 cards into a graveyard. -3, return target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, this is bad. And this creature becomes a zombie. So basically, she will be able to bring back this freaking thing. Yep, she's doing exactly that. Gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. And I need to sacrifice. Since I will need to draw additional cards. Oh yeah, this is actually good. So thank you for that at least. So sacrifice. Liliana will transform. Okay. So we could return. Oh snap. Return target non-legendary creature can earn mana cost X from the graveyard to the battlefield. The only creature that we could return that could help us to destroy one of these guys is this one. But again, it's pretty clear that opponent will just choose to sacrifice to 2. And we still need to choose a creature to sacrifice to, and it's not the good way. So the perfect thing for us at this point is to provide us with something that could block flyers. At least one of the flyers. So I guess we need to bring back this guy 1/4. Because I definitely don't want to choose +2. The only reason to bring back Liliana is to get back this 1/4 guy. Yeah, now at least we have some blockers for flyers. So there's no point of attacking with this one, so skipping. Yeah, this is definitely going to be our last match because ideally I would need to win 2 matches in order to go through a quest, and even through the hour we didn't manage to go through one relatively simple quest. Okay, actually not going to block this one. Okay, opponent has land. This thing is freaking awesome. Just bring back this one. But again, it's pretty risky to utilize it. Yeah, I'm not going to win this one. I could attack with this one, slowly not do anything, so yeah, let's just wait till everything is going to be done and finish session on that. Ready? Oh, come on! You gotta be kidding me. This is the thing about AI. AI has almost perfect combinations of cards when it comes down to this thing. And another zombie. I wish we could wait for long. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. So the last thing that I will do is to make this creature unblockable and deal 8 damage to an opponent. At least that. What it was. Okay. It doesn't matter. I will lose either way. 1 damage and additional 7. Pretty cool. This is probably one of the only damages that I dealt to the opponent throughout the game. For the most part, I was in a defense situation and position. I wasn't able to provide anything. We could wait till opponent will put all of his deck into a graveyard, but It's not going to happen, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is a loss, no matter what I'm going to do. So yeah, we didn't manage to go through the quest. The only quest that we had win 2 games with black spells. We basically didn't won any games, nada, and because of that we wasn't be able to finish with the quest. But at least. Yeah, I definitely will go through this quest outside of the streams. Again, just if I'm going to have some time, I will just play 2 games against AI and try to earn 80 gold. But yeah, we got dropped in rank in 2 because we lost both matches that we played. And all in all, there was probably 4 matches, or yeah, throughout or 3, I don't remember. Either way, let's just finish the session on that note. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here, have a nice day or night, and see you in the next session. Bye.